Tonight at 6, snow and bitter cold returns to central Illinois. What our storm team is tracking and how you can stay weather aware. Plus, getting a clean slate, how a new state law looks to help those who have done their time move forward in life. And District 186 has found its next superintendent. We're taking a look at who's being recommended to lead the district. Good evening, I'm Dawn Sterling. Before we get to those headlines, let's have a check of our weather forecast. Snow flurries hitting the area tonight, followed by bitterly cold this weekend. Chief Meteorologist Cheryl Lemke joins us now. Cheryl, weather for winter is back with a vengeance.
That is so true, Dawn. We're definitely gearing up for kind of a 1-2 punch by Old Man Winter. We had some snow yesterday, a brief respite today, but now more scattered snow moving in tonight, followed by a big blast of Arctic air for the upcoming weekend. Right now, yeah, we're still shivering out there. Our temperatures are still stuck in the mid to upper 30s. Pretty seasonable, though, for this time of the year. And our winds have been ranging anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour. Winds not too strong just yet, but they do have a cooling effect. So for those of you venturing out tonight, maybe going to the movies, maybe going out for dinner, you'll definitely want to dress warmly. It feels like the 20s and low 30s across the board. But the chilly weather tonight, that's nothing compared to what's coming in for the weekend, as our temperatures will continue to tumble. And tomorrow, for a good part of the day, feels like temperatures and wind chills stuck in the single numbers. And on top of that, too, we've got some snow to talk about. Snowflakes have been flying right now for Lincoln, down towards Havana, and right around the Quincy area. And that's just a sample of what's coming our way. A chance to see a more light coating of snowfall overnight tonight. And even through tomorrow, there could be some scattered snow flurries in the air, with temperatures only about 21. Those temperatures taking a big nosedive, though, for the rest of the weekend, and we'll track it all out for you coming up in a few minutes.
A man is dead following an early morning shooting in Urbana. 52-year-old Benicio Crowley was pronounced dead just before 3 in the morning. Police say it happened sometime in the 1200 block of Ellis Drive before 2 in the morning. If you have information on this shooting, call Crime Stoppers, the number 217-373-8477. Morgan, Scott, and Cass County's Crime Stoppers needs your help finding 2 wanted people. Mandy Morris is wanted for domestic battery, while Brighton Teeny is wanted on weapons charges. If you have any information, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. A new law signed by Governor J.B. Pritzker will make it easier for some criminal records to be sealed. The bill approved in the General Assembly with bipartisan support, as well as support from activist groups. News Channel 20 Spencer Davis joins us with what this new law will do. Spencer?
The Clean Slate Act will put the onus on the Illinois State Police to begin the sealing process instead of the defendant. It's something ISP Director Brendan Kelly is in support of and says they'll be making changes to ensure it runs smoothly.
So to implement the Clean Slate Act, the Illinois State Police will begin a massive upgrade to the Criminal History Records Information System. The upgraded system will identify all the existing records currently in the system going back to 1970 that are eligible for sealing.
Director Kelly says starting in 2029, all records added to the system that are eligible to be sealed will be sealed automatically. Records that have previously been ineligible for sealing, like murder offenses, remain unsealable. Reporting for News Channel 20, I'm Spencer Davis.
Thanks, Spencer. I'll have more tonight on how the new process differs from the current process from the perspective of circuit clerks. The National Urban League responding to that clean slate law, saying in part, quote, too many Illinoisans have been denied a fair shot at a stable job or a safe place to live, even decades after paying their debt to society. When people have access to good jobs and stable housing, recidivism declines and communities grow stronger, end quote. State Representative Carol Amons also responding to the law, saying in part, quote, everyone deserves a second chance, and this law provides a second chance through job, housing, and educational opportunities by simply revamping an antiquated system, cutting the number of hoops formerly incarcerated people have to jump through, end quote. As election season begins to ramp up, we continue to check in with candidates for Illinois' hotly contested Senate seat. The seat is up for grabs after Senator Dick Durbin announced he would not seek re-election. Today, we had the opportunity to sit down with 2 of the candidates, Jeannie Evans and Jonathan Dean. A topic they both discussed, the economy.
Right now, there's sometimes delays of licensing and approvals. It makes it harder for small businesses to succeed. So we need to cut down that red tape and regulation. We need to help small businesses with, reducing the tax burden so that they can succeed, and then helping them with the tools to be able to scale up and create jobs for Illinois and for our country.
We also sat down with Senate candidate Jonathan Dean, who says the economy needs to work better to serve everyday people.
The promise of trickle-down economics was that if we give more money to rich people and wealthy corporations, then it would somehow kind of magically trickle down to everyday folks like you and me. And that just hasn't happened, and we know that that hasn't happened.
You can listen to our full interviews with U.S. Senate candidates, as we will see a list of other people running for the Senate seat on our website, and be sure to check up on our YouTube channel as well. District 186 Board of Education has recommended its choice for the district's next superintendent. Current Superintendent Jennifer Gill will retire at the end of this school year. News Channel 20's Carly Siegel tells us about the man tapped to fill her seat.
Yes, Dawn, the board has selected Dr. Terrence Jordan to step into the superintendent role for Springfield Public Schools. Board members say Jordan stood out among the other candidates. Jordan currently serves as the district's assistant superintendent of family, community, and school leadership, and has spent nearly 23 years working in District 186. If elected, he says his goal will be to listen.
I just want to listen to the students first. I want to listen to the community. I want to listen to the educators and all the staff in the district and see what they want.
During the transition and assess the district's needs moving forward. The Board of Education is expected to vote on Dr. Jordan's appointment at an upcoming meeting. If approved, he will officially take over as superintendent on July 1st, 2026.
Thanks, Carly. Current Superintendent Jennifer Gill announced her retirement last August after more than a decade with the district. Her final day will be June 30th, 2026. Tonight at 10, we're hearing from a Chatham couple that went viral after Josh Holman posted a video of his classroom decked out for the college football championship. What they're saying about this special moment. And the second annual Adult Book Fair is happening tomorrow at Vinegar Hill Mall in Springfield. The event allows grown-ups to relive the joy of those scholastic book fairs in elementary school, but with much more mature reading. And you can also get food from W.M. Van's Cafe for a cocktail from Trish and Mary's, all as you browse. It's happening tomorrow from 11 to 4 at Vinegar Hill Mall on West Cook Street in Springfield. Springfield's downtown YMCA is looking to help kids get active, and Monday is a day off for students, and the Y is hosting 3 events. One event is the 2-ball basketball tournament. That starts at 2 and kids must sign up to play. There's also open gymnastics from 10 a.m. to noon and the Open Ninja Power Course at 2 p.m. These events are free and open to the public. Coming up, celebrating MLK Day, we're getting a look at how Central Illinois communities are honoring Dr. King. Still ahead, as we continue to deal with record flu numbers, we look at why this year's has been especially bad. And as we head to break, a live look outside with our Flooring America tower camera. More details on winter weather's big return this weekend when we come back. Luther King Jr. Day this weekend with a host of events. There will be a march tomorrow morning starting at Mueller Park at 9:30, ending at the Decatur Civic Center. Sunday night, the Black Chamber of Commerce is hosting the Dr. MLK Gala at the Mount Zion Convention Center at 6 p.m. There's a $75 donation to attend. Organizers share what the events mean to the community.
Come out, be a part, however you can participate in. We would love to have everyone here and celebrate what the foundation that Martin Luther King Jr. has set for us, for our community, for our country.
On Monday, there will be a special MLK Day church service at the Cultural Arts Center. That starts at 6 p.m. The Danville NAACP is hosting an MLK Day March and Motorcade on Monday. That starts at 9:30 at the corner of Gilbert and Logan. The group will walk or ride down through town to the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial. That sits at Jackson and William Streets. There will be a prayer and a short talk about Dr. King's legacy. The Abraham Lincoln Presidential Library and Museum will hold a special reading of Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech. King first delivered the speech at the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. The special presentation will run Monday from 11 to noon and is included with museum admission. Coming up, what the CDC says is behind the record number of flu cases this season. And a live look over the capital city with our Flooring America tower camera. It looks a little fake out there with that gray sky. We're going to check back in with Chief Meteorologist Cheryl Lemke to see if that's really snow off there in the background coming up after the break. But first, as we head to break, here's the CDC reporting record numbers among kids. While it appears some parts of the country have stabilized, the CDC does warn it may be because fewer people are visiting the doctor. ABC's Jacqueline Lynn has this story.
33 states are seeing high or very high flu-like illnesses, with health experts urging everyone to get vaccinated as numbers rise. Tonight, an alarming number of flu deaths in the U.S., especially for pediatric patients. The CDC says 15 children died from the flu nationwide since last Friday. Aggressive flu strains, lower vaccination rates, and a less effective flu vaccine are putting pressure on hospitals in states like New Hampshire.
We're at high capacity, as most hospitals are. Critical care beds are at a premium.
The CDC estimates at least 18 million illnesses, 230,000 hospitalizations, and 9,300 deaths from the flu this season so far. Up from 15 million illnesses, 180,000 hospitalizations, and 7,400 deaths from last week's update.
We are about 10% of our inpatient beds are filled with influenza patients. In years past around the same time, we've been about 1 to 2%.
The bulk of cases are linked to a new variant called subclade K, according to the CDC. The mutations in the new variant are a mismatch with this season's flu vaccine composition. Flu hospitalizations hit a near record in the last week of December, with children seeing the highest flu hospitalization rates since the 2010-2011 season. Health experts still recommend getting the flu vaccine, saying it lowers your risk of severe illness. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Here in Illinois, the Illinois Department of Public Health's respiratory illness dashboard has Illinois at a moderate level for cases. Right now, COVID-19 and the flu have moderate activity, while RSV is still at low activity. The dashboard also shows hospital admissions for all three viruses are starting to trend downward. Well, this comes as experts say opting out of vaccines becomes more common in the U.S. A new report says since the pandemic, non-medical vaccine exemptions have risen to about 3%. Non-medical exemptions include religious or personal beliefs. Medical experts say growing clusters of unvaccinated children could drive future outbreaks, leaving larger shares of the population vulnerable to diseases. A year after becoming one of the world's first recipients of a genetically modified pig kidney, a New Hampshire man now has a human kidney. Tim Andrews was living with diabetes and end-stage kidney disease when he received it early last year. The 67-year-old lived with the pig kidney for 271 days before his body rejected the organ. On January 12th, a near-perfect match for a human kidney donor was found, and Andrews went into transplant surgery the very following day. He's now recovering from the procedure.
The Storm Team Weather Desk, sponsored by Route 66 Solar.
Good evening, everyone. Now, as far as our weather's concerned, it is a double whammy. We've got more snow to contend with, and also, too, some bitterly cold Arctic air that's going to be pouring into the area later this weekend. But first of all, reflecting back to the snow that we had last night. For many of us, close to about an inch or so of snow. Lincoln had 1.2 inches of the white stuff. Then we had about an inch around Jacksonville, Pana, and Springfield yesterday evening. But then during the afternoon today, a lot of that snow had a chance to melt away. But now we're gearing up for round 2 of that wintry weather. Currently, though, cloudy, overcast skies for Springfield. We're sitting at 36 degrees. And our temperatures have been very seasonable today. We're currently holding in the mid to upper 30s. A little bit of a wind, though, and that makes it feel even chillier. So if you're venturing out tonight, you'll definitely want to dress very warmly. But even though today's weather was chilly, boy, that's nothing compared to what's coming our way. Temperatures will be taking a major nosedive this weekend, and you'll really be shivering come tomorrow. Feels like temperatures for a good part of the day stuck in the single numbers. So as we look ahead now to tomorrow afternoon, right around 2 o'clock or so, we've got feels like temperatures and wind chills hovering right around 5 degrees. It gets progressively worse, though, for Sunday. By Sunday morning, now feels like temperatures ranging from 5 below to about 10 below. So before heading off to church services, really dress extra warmly. It's going to be feeling very frigid. And Monday to a very cold, frigid day here. We've got feels like temperatures pretty brutal, way below 0 for the entire day on Monday. Now, adding insult to injury, besides being downright chilly, the other issue, too, we've got more snowy weather coming in our way. So far, we've had kind of a little wintry mixed bag, some cold rain and some snow here and there across the area. A lot of this simply may not be reaching the ground just yet, but I was checking some observations around Lincoln and Havana, down towards around Quincy. They've had some snow. And we'll be seeing more of this developing as the evening wears on. As our weather disturbance rotates down through the area, that precipitation will start to fill in. So let's track things out for you hour by hour. Again, that mixed bag will be switching over to pure snow later this evening. Around 7 o'clock, snowflakes could be flying here around Sangamon County down towards Taylorville. For the most part, the snow should be light, but you may encounter some occasional bursts where the snow is coming down at a pretty good rate. So that could cause some poor visibilities and some slick spots here and there across central Illinois later on this evening. More scattered snow and snow flurries a chance all the way through tonight, and some of that snow will likely linger through the upcoming weekend. Now, it won't be an all-day snow, but at least for Saturday and Sunday, we'll have a mix of clouds and sunshine, but at times we'll likely be seeing a few snowflakes too, still flying around the area for the rest of the weekend. But snowfall amounts not very impressive, just a minimal coating. We're talking about anywhere from a dusting, maybe close to about a half an inch or so of snowfall across the area before it finally wraps up. Tonight, though, calling for more scattered snows, lows bottoming out near 16. And those winter coats will definitely come in handy this weekend. It's going to be brutally cold, as we were mentioning. Wind chills at times on Sunday and Monday approaching 10 below 0. Likely temperatures will start to moderate, though, by the middle of next week.
Well, let's get some look at our Fur Baby Friday pics. Look at this happy guy. Thanks. Oh, it's a girl. Thank you, Steve, for sending in this picture of Rosie in her pearls. I love it. Love it. Cutie.
That's adorable. I love that shot. And this next photo, this is from Jade. It's a picture of Buddy all dressed in his party hat. I wonder if it's his birthday or somebody else's birthday that they're celebrating, but yeah, he's looking very festive there. I love it.
Oh, how fun and cute. All right, coming up in sports, we go live to Lincoln Land with our Sammy St. Jean, who is there for the final day of the Sangamon County Boys.
We bring you sports tonight from Lincoln Land. No surprise, as it's the boys basketball Sangamon County tournament final day here in the 100th tournament ever at that. We have a first place, of course, the champion, and third place still to be crowned. But we start with our law offices of Frederick W. Nessler, Scholar Athlete of the Year. Congratulations, Maggie. You are our law offices of Frederick W. Nessler, Scholar Athlete of the Year.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited. This is going to help a lot with college, and I'm just really honored to be able to receive this. I honestly didn't think I was going to win because there was a lot of great candidates for it. But I really put a lot of time and work into my video submission, and I was really excited to win.
And then in the fifth place game, Sangamon County Tournament, Pleasant Plains taking on Pawnee. And it was the Indians dominating in this one, starting with a tough drive from Randy Shutt before yet another buzzer beater here at Lincoln Land. End of the third, it's Ty Letterbrand. Come on now, bang, he hits it. Owen Johnson, he would hit a mid-range for Pleasant Plains a little while after, but not enough for them as Pawnee, they roll, taking fifth place, 46-32. So, 5th place, they've been decided, but there's still 2 more games here at Lincoln Land. Our 3rd place and championship games still on deck. In just a few minutes here, less than 5, it'll be 2 of the top 3 seeds. Calvary, who fell at the hands of Riverton in the semifinal, and New Berlin, who was beaten at the buzzer last night by the Bullets, setting up our title game. The Bullets back in the final after falling to Auburn last year, and Riverton in the tournament best 34th title game. So make sure to tune back in later on tonight for the rest of our tournament coverage and, of course, that championship game. But for now, that does it for sports live here at Lincoln Land. I'm Sammy St. Jean.